Hello and welcome to TFD TV. I am Lindsay Frankus and this is FYI Friday, where every week we're solving your DIY and design related dilemmas one question at a time. This week's question is one that I actually get asked all the time, and it is, Linz, where do you find all your great deals on home decor? Awesome question. However, I can't answer it in one sitting, and this is why. To me, home decor is kind of like this all-encompassing term that includes all of the things that we buy and put in our house to make it pretty. So for me to sit and answer that in one sitting would take me forever. And so what I've decided to do is just kind of break that down into smaller pieces and into some of the different types of things that I buy and let you know kind of my sweet spots for the different things. So this week I wanted to start with one of my favorites, and that is the throw pillow. Some of you might know them as toss pillows, but they're basically the decorative pillows that we buy and put on our couches and beds and really all over the place in my house anyway, to kind of add a splash of color or bring in some comfort to a room. So it is safe to say, I'll just go ahead and get this out of the way before we get started, that I have an addiction with these things to the point where when I go shopping with my friends, they have to like steer me clear of the pillow department. Because if I get in there, I kind of become like a kid in a candy shop and I go bonkers. I bring home more. I don't really need more. Really hope my husband isn't watching this. He would agree. In fact, it's like a running joke. Every time I come home with a new pillow, it's like, oh, just what we needed, more throw pillows. He hates them. I love them. Ongoing problem, but we make it work. So anyway, I wanted to get started today on the where to find them. And I really have two places that I like to find my throw pillows. And those places are TJ Maxx and HomeGoods, which are kind of like sister companies. So I guess it makes sense. But the reason I found that I like to go to these two places first when I'm looking for pillows is because they tend to have kind of cover all three of the things that I look for in a throw pillow. The first would be appearance. They've always got pillows that are on trend, that go with my decor, that are stylish, that are pretty. So I like to go there because if I can find a pillow that already looks like it'll fit into my room and I don't have to do anything to it, great. It saves me time. The second thing I look for is the quality of the pillow. Over the years, much like my coffee drinking, my pillow buying, I've kind of become a snob with buying pillows. They have to just be just right. So we'll get into that again or more in a minute. But the quality of the pillow, and when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about the actual insides of the pillow. So the other thing that I look for when I'm shopping for pillows is I'm looking at price point. I don't like to spend a ton of money on them. I like to try to bargain shop and find good deals. So if I can find something that's stylish, good quality, and inexpensive, I've hit a home run. So it's kind of like a little challenge I think that I have with myself when I go shopping these days. Maybe that's part of my addiction is I like the challenge of the hunt to find something that offers all three of those things. And it just so happens that I tend to find things like that fit into that category at TJ Maxx and HomeGoods. So the next thing I want to talk about is what are we looking for, the quality piece of buying a pillow. And I think when it comes to, let me back up. When it comes to appearance, it's going to be personal preference and what goes with your home decor or in your room. So that's kind of just up to you. That's going to be the first thing you look for is just scanning the racks and just looking for something that looks like it's going to fit in with what you've got going on or what you're trying to achieve. Once you've found a couple good contestants, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at quality. And just like we tell our kids it's what's on the inside that counts, we're going to apply that to pillows too. Because all pillows are not made equally. They are all made of different inserts. So we kind of have three different ones that we're going to talk about. And at the bottom of the barrel, we're going to talk about pillows that have polyfiber fill inserts. And those are a synthetic material that's kind of stuffed in there, kind of the same type of thing that is like in your child's teddy bear, is what you're going to find in these. So they're squishy. They kind of feel like a cloud. They're usually lightweight. When you first buy them, they're probably a nice shape. The problem with them is that over time they can flatten, or if you wash them, they can clump. So I tend to steer clear of these. They're usually your lower end pillows, and they're just a little bit more of a pain in the long run to deal with. I do have one that I want to show you because this was one that I picked up at Target. Target's always got cute things, but it wasn't necessarily practical. I bought this because it was on clearance and because I loved the color, and I don't know if you can see from that far away, but the design on it is really cool, and it's actually got the design is in like a metallic silver. I loved it, and it was on clearance, so I bought it, and I regretted my decision soon after. It's just not a good quality pillow. I don't like the fiber fill that's in it. I thought maybe I could get past that, depending on where I was putting in the house, but I wasn't. On top of that, it just hasn't stood up to the test of time. The back is peeling, the fabric is, and I don't like that. The other thing I don't like about it is that these cheaper pillows and the polyfiber fill pillows don't tend to have zippered closures, which means the insert is inside and the pillow, the covering is literally sewn around it. So if you wanted to take the insides out so that you could wash the outside, well, you can't unless it has a zipper. So if this bad boy gets dirty, I am stuck with either A, tossing it in the washing machine and ending up with clumps on the inside, or B, spot treating it, which ain't nobody got time for that. Not only that, it just doesn't tend to work as well, I don't think. Maybe I'm not using the right stuff, but I like to be able to get a good wash. So I need to be able to throw mine in the washer and dryer. So that's your polyfiber fill pillow. They're going to be cheaper, but not your best bet in the long run. The next level of pillow I want to talk about, and this is what I have mostly in my house, is going to be a feather fill. Your feather fill pillows are going to be great because they're going to be a little bit heavier to touch. They're going to be squishier, which is nice, and almost all of them are going to have a zippered enclosure where that pillow insert goes. If you're unsure about it when you're at the store, take a look around the seams and typically on the bottom of the pillow, find your zipper and unzip it, and you will find, the tag. You know the tag I'm talking about. Under penalty of law, this tag not to be removed except by the consumer. If you look on that, it'll almost always tell you what the filling is. On this one, it says 100% feathers. So if you're unsure, you can always look there. But the feather pillows are great because they're squishy. They're a little heavier, so they feel nicer. And then also, my favorite part about them is when you put them on your couch or your chair or wherever you want them, you can kind of shape them a little bit easier. If you want to give it your chop, you can see that the chop stays where you want it, whereas these fiber fill pillows, when you chop them, they just spring right back up. So this is typically what you're going to find at that kind of medium price point where you're in the $15 to $20 range at a place like TJ Maxx or Home Goods. If you go somewhere else, you're not going to find that great of a deal. The feathers aren't cheap. It's just that those are a good place to find the middle of the road pillows. The next step up would be a down pillow, and you can find those sometimes at TJ Maxx and Home Goods. Again, if you're unsure about the difference between them, you can just look at the tag to find out which one it is. The down are great because they are a little bit heavier than your polyfiber fill, but at the same time they have a softness to them that the feathers kind of don't have. And it's just a higher quality product that's in there. So if you can find down, great. If not, I'd say try to find the feather fill. The next thing we need to talk about is just how much of an impact these things can have. I am shooting this video today in our bonus room for a reason, and it is that I am sitting on a couch that my husband bought in his bachelor days before I knew him, because if I knew him, we would have never purchased a black leather sofa, because black leather sofa equates to I'm a single man and this is my bachelor pad. Unfortunately, because it's leather, it's held up forever, and so I can't convince him to get rid of it. So instead I have to work around it, which means I do things strategically in this room to tie it in. So one of the things I do is, because it's black and I can't change the color, I've added black into the rest of the room, which I'm not going to show you right now, but the obvious thing that I can do, though, is because this is our playroom, our bonus room, where our girls like to hang out, it's a very colorful space. And so while, yes, I kind of have this cold black leather couch, I can soften it up and make it more fun with my pillows. So there are things you can do and ways that you can work around things with your throw pillows. If you have a room where you have a color that you need to tie in, get a throw pillow that has, you know, the colors that are existing and the color that you're trying to tie in, and plop it on the couch, and voila, you've now made a piece of furniture work that maybe you wouldn't have in the beginning. So I also like them because I just feel like they add comfort to things. They kind of give it a welcoming feel. To me, a black leather couch with no pillows on it looks stark and cold and uninviting, but when I plop a whole bunch of fluffy, colorful throw pillows on it, all of a sudden I want to sit down and snuggle in. So I think that you can really change the mood of a room with a throw pillow. And the other thing I really, really like about them is you can interchange them, whether it be for seasons or just that your style has changed. It's a quick and easy thing and an inexpensive thing that you can swap out to really change the feel of the room, which goes back to kind of the importance of getting a pillow with the zipper enclosure, because this pillow is one that I actually got for my little girl's surf shack, and we had it outside and it kind of faded with the sun over the summer. I'm fine with it. It's still not too bad to where I want to change it out, but when I am ready to change it out, it's as simple as unzipping it, pulling out the insert, using the pre-existing cover for a pattern, and sewing up a new one for it. If you're not a DIYer, or if you don't like to sew or don't know how, you still have the versatility of it. You can find the covers any day of the week all over the internet. So as long as you know the size, the dimensions of your pillow, you can hop online and find new covers left and right. So I just love that once you have a nice insert, the possibilities are endless. So anyhow, that is my long answer to where I find my deals, and kind of giving you guys a little glimpse into my obsession with throw pillows. I hope it helps, and if you have any questions at all, as always, ask them in the comment section of the blog at tfdstyle.com. If you have any questions that you'd really like to have answered, whether they be DIY or design related, please feel free to ask. You never know how many other people might be wondering the same thing. So just shoot me an email. It is Lindsey, Lindsey, at tfdstyle.com. I hope today has helped, and I hope we'll see you next Friday. Thanks.